So, I was just reading an article of a Chicago Predator police officer who abused a woman. Right? Now, this officer has a history of abuse. Right? He has cost the city $10 million, and will cost the city another $3.25 million, I should say. Right? Literally, he abused this woman and then committed her to a psychiatric ward in order to discredit her by having her labeled with a mental illness. So again, you see, what we as TIs go through, particularly what I go through, again, it's these things. It's the abuse at the hands of predator police officers, and then who do all sorts of crime against the civilian members of the civilian population, and get away with it because they can label you as mentally ill. Right? It reminds me of the lawyer, black female. There's a lawyer stopped by these two racist NYPD cops, and because they knew, when they found out she was a lawyer, right? And she said that Obama is friends with her on Instagram, right? They committed her to a psychiatric ward, and of course, the taxpayers, had to pay a settlement. The city paid a settlement, So these people will protect the criminals, the predators in law enforcement. New York City shell out $500 million, within a decade, and that continues to grow. Right? And these officers are not held accountable at all. The vast majority of them, right, are not held accountable, as we see during the mayor term, Eric Adams. Look what's happening to him, and the fact that what he's been doing and his administration has been downgrading the abuses of these racist, predator, and predatorial police officers. Right? This is what they've been doing. And he has thrown black people, particularly black young men and women and children, black boys, under the bus to appease white people. And I always say, you a coon, you a Sambo, you a Coonet, you a Sambina. It don't matter how you may try to appease white people to aspire your political agenda or your political career or your career in entertainment or what have you, right? They have no loyalty to you because you were just another nigga to them. And how they use the term nigga again is in the derogatory way, right? Okay, like I said, if we educate white people on the term nigga, right, which means ruler, leader, king, right, they will stop using it. All right, you'll see black people stop using it. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been educating these black men and young black men, that's how my black and around me, I barely hear them say the word anymore. So what does that show you? What does that tell you? That tells you that the conditions that they're put into the department and stuff like that. What I've been telling you, what I've been saying is that as long as it's something that's derogatory, it has a derogatory meaning in our subconscious, no matter what our conscious mind may say, it's an enduring term. No, it's not. Because when you tell them where the word derived from and what it actually means, right? You break down the etymology of the word and what it truly means, right? And how the pronunciation is different, okay? Elsewhere, right? You say like Niger, you don't say nigger, you don't say that. Right? You say Niger, right? Nigeria, you don't say Nigeria, right? But white people, they know that Niger, they're just using to call you, again, using words that is empowering and turn it against us. This is what they do. Like I said, you got to understand whatever whatever we use language that are that empowering, that has a positive meaning, they will take it and use it in a negative way. They will use the same word, but their action will be negative in terms of how they use that word, how they quality that word. But once you educate them, right, and once you educate black people on the word nigger, you'll see that they stop using this shit, right? You'll see they stop using it. Just like these dudes now doing this video, of course, they're going to start using it again around me now, right? Again, after. Because that's how it's always been. Once you start to expose certain things, you know, they will engage in a, you know, they'll go back to certain things, right? So like I said, I don't hear them calling each other nigger anymore. Why? Because when I teach them that nigger means king. It means leader, it means ruler. So when you're calling each other a nigger, right, you gotta not use it in the context of not understanding it, but use it in the context of understanding what it means. Right? Because now that so-called word that they use, and they say the same word, they say that's empowering, when you educate them on the word. Not how white people gave us, you know, treated us, calling us that. Remember, it's the action, right? Not the word, it's the action followed after they call you that word, right? And once they built into a negative memory or negative intent when using that word and call you that word, you know, then they change the meaning of the word to how they want the word to mean, right? But it doesn't change what the word truly means. You understand me? Once you understand the etymology of the word nigger means ruler, leader, king. Right? And once you educate black people on that word, they stop using it. Why? Because anything that's empowering, truly empowering to each other, they don't want to empower each other. That's built into our subconscious. You got to understand that. All right? Anything that's empowering. You know what I'm saying? Like I walk around, I call black men kings. But they don't call each other kings. Why? Because they don't see each other as kings. Why? Because of the subconscious program. Right? When we see each other with the same eyes and minds of the Europeans, you know, we call each other that word because, you know, we know that it's derogatory. Right? And we've been conditioned with a destructive mindset, with a backwards mindset. So anything that's derogatory, anything that's destructive to ourselves and each other, we use it. Or anything that's empowering to each other, that gives us an upliftment, we shy away from it. We turn our back from it. Again, cognitive warfare. Understand. You got to truly understand what they have done to us. All right?